Aloha and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, well, welcome. Today's video is going to be on how to do makeup for an interview that you may have, and I'm going to kind of tell you some things that you do. I'm going to do step by step and then tell you about some things that you may not want to do and why. So this is the look here, so if you want to see how to get this interview look, then just keep watching. Welcome to the close-up. Okay, so we're gonna get started with this interview makeup. So one thing I suggest is you don't do anything new or use any new products, because you never know if your skin is gonna freak out. And if you do buy new products, try them out beforehand. But I would say use what you know normally works. And with that, we are going to get started. So I do have my serum and my eye cream on already. We're going to get started with the moisturizer. So I'm just using my Tarte that I got in the 500 point perk from Sephora. And I've used this a couple times and I love it. So you want to moisturize your face. Even if you have oily skin, I definitely have an oily T-zone, and you still have to moisturize. And what I do is I powder my T-zone. Okay, next we're going to go in with a primer, and it's really important to prime your face before your makeup. Really, the first thing people see in an interview is your face. So we want to try and make it almost look as flawless, not glowy and highlighted, but flawless, and I would say more matte, because really we want them to notice our resume and really what we're saying. And not notice our makeup, right? Or notice any blemishes we have on our face. So we really want to have a smooth canvas. So a primer helps, and this is a drugstore primer. It's the NYX Mineral Veil, which is awesome. So I am trying to use up my Dior Forever. But if I wasn't trying to use it up, I would definitely put on the Maybelline Matte Superstay Ink, the 24-hour. This is my jam, and it's probably, I have about a quarter left. But since I'm trying to use this up, because some of my makeup lately has been expiring and it's not good, so I'm just going to be using my Dior. Again, use the makeup that you know works already, or already be testing stuff out. The drugstore right now has a lot of good foundations. So yeah, so I'm just gonna take my IT Cosmetics brush. You can definitely blend it in with your hands or your fingers. Just make sure that they're clean. But I like using a brush, and I also like using a sponge. We're going to go ahead and put some concealer underneath our eyes with the Maybelline. I believe this is the Fit Me concealer, and I'm in the color, oh gosh, I can't see, but I'll leave everything that I'm using, I'll leave it in the description box down below. So I'm just going to put a little bit here in the, like where you have the dark, like the darkest part of your eyes. You definitely don't want to use a lot of makeup. You really want to use the least as possible and have the smoothest canvas. It doesn't have to cover everything. You just have to look smooth, because really you want your interviewers just to see you as a person, not like you're made up, you know. So And if you have any blemishes, you definitely can use the concealer before or after you have your foundation on, and just put, say you have like a pimple or something, I would definitely just dab a little bit, conceal, and put a little bit of powder. Yeah, and so you're just gently tapping it in with your ring finger. You see how a little goes a long way. So yeah, just tap it in. And because my eyes have so much pigment, I'll let you see them, I'm going to put some eye makeup primer, some eyeshadow primer. It's the Urban Decay primer potion, which I use all the time, and I don't use a ton, and a lot of times I use the brush, but I'm just going to use my finger and gently pat that in my eye up to the brow bone. Now I think this is an important part, whether you wear eyeshadow or not. So if you normally don't wear eyeshadow, then don't put any eyeshadow on, but I definitely would put something on your eyes to take out if you have any discoloration. And I would definitely use a primer and or a concealer and put it around your eye just to hide the discoloration on your eyes. And then if you don't use eyeshadow, then you can just use some setting powder to set that. That way your eyes will match your face, and your eyelids aren't going to be looking discolored. So, okay, so what I'm going to do now is, because I start getting warm and oily already, is I'm going to use my Rimmel Stay Matte, and this is in the translucent, so it's not going to give me any color at all. And I'm just going to put this right here around my nose, right here on my upper lip, my chin, and right here on my forehead. Okay, so that's going to help me stay matte. It's going to set the foundation where I want it to be set, and then we can continue with the makeup. Okay, so I picked the Tartlette and Bloom palette. I have a drugstore palette coming. I do have Flower Beauty, but I really wanted to stick like with the browns. Whoa. And so we're only going to do a very light eye. And yeah, because you're going for an interview, right? You don't want to look all made up like you're going to the club or you're going to interview at MAC, unless you're going to interview at MAC, right? So I am going to pick up the color Smarty Pants right here. It's a very light wash of brown, and I'm going to use the I'm going to use the MAC 217, and we're going to pick that up, and then we're going to gently put that here in the crease. So oh, it's really pigmented. Okay, maybe that wasn't the best choice of color. That's a little, gosh, it's more pigmented than I remember. Okay. Let's just blend it out, because I really don't want anything dark. Okay, that works. That works. Okay, I would say dust off your brush, because these palettes are super pigmented. Okay, so I think that looks pretty good. So that's basically going to be the top, the main color, okay? So that's just a small wash of color, and then we're going to put something on the lid, and we're going to be done. And so for the lid color, we're going to use, it's called Flower Child, and it's this one right here. And it's also a very light color. And if these colors are too light for you, I mean, I have pretty tan skin, then you adjust your colors to the color of your skin tone. Just use a little bit darker colors, like start here on the bottom row. Yeah, so but I didn't even tell you what I was doing. I just grabbed my Sigma E25 blending brush and I dipped it in and I just, it's like a flat shader brush, and I just patted it right there on the eyelid. So yeah, so that's gonna be basically your eye. I'm gonna go in and just put a little bit more color right there with the blending brush there. And we're not going to use a third color. I'm going to take this brush here to wipe off the excess. And that's your eye. So I will be back because I'm going to do the other eye and then we'll continue. Okay, next we're going to do eyeliner. This is the NYX pencil in dark brown, super affordable. You can buy it at Ulta. We're going to line our eyes. We're not going to do any tight lining, but we're just going to line them so it'll give them definition when you put on your mascara. So this is what you're going to do. You're going to close your eye and, oh gosh, this is hard. And then you're just going to get it right in your lash line. That's what we're doing. We're not putting it like on necessarily on the lid, but in the lash line, because that's going to give you some definition, because basically we're just going to do mascara after this and curl our eyelashes, of course. So you see so far that gives your top line, it gives it definition. So we're also going to do it on the bottom. So we're going to go right in there on the corner and we're going to flick it up a little bit back and forth. It's really easy to do with this pencil because it's nice and creamy but not too creamy. So we're just going to stay as close to the lash line as possible. And there you are. So there's your definition. And then I'm going to do it to the other side and then we'll be right back. They're defined, and we're going to curl our eyelashes and put on mascara, but first we're going to do our eyebrows. Now if you don't normally do your eyebrows, don't do your eyebrows. Just make sure that you know you're freshly groomed if you get them waxed. If not, a nice pomade or something would be helpful. Today I'm just going to put on the Benefit Give Me Brow, and just going to put this in my brow. It gives it a little bit of color, fills it in a little bit because I do have some sparse areas, and has a little bit of hold and just shapes them very nicely. So I definitely, like, if you do a full face, I definitely wouldn't like carve out your eyebrows and do all that. You know, I don't know. I wouldn't. All right, eyebrows done. So now we can do the lashes. And if you have a lash curler, definitely give your lashes a little zhuzh. We're not doing any false lashes. I'm not putting any lash primer. I don't want, even though my lashes are long, I don't want them to look like bam. Like I said, I want the focus to be on me when I'm in the interview. I want them to focus on what I'm saying and maybe not exactly like what I'm wearing. You know, we're trying to look nice and professional. And yeah, so give those a little zhuzh. And then I'm just going to use my Flower Beauty Lash Warrior, and it's in very black, and I'm gonna try to use it very sparingly because although I want my lashes to look very nice and curled, I don't want them to look like, you know, I'm going somewhere, you know. You know what I'm saying. So of course, you start at the root, right? And then you wiggle this brush up, you work your way up, and don't worry if you get mascara on your lid, you can let it dry and then you can take it off. But really just wiggle from the bottom to the top, and you can also use the bottom of the wand to separate lashes if you need it to, and just to place them where you want, right? And just, you can do that until you're comfortable or you like the way your lashes look. And then I'm just going to use this for my bottom lashes. Oh, normally I use a different mascara, but we're just going to use this one. So, okay. And this is why it's very, very moist. Like, this mascara is moist. So let me get my other mascara. I've tried these Q-tips from Sally's. They're called Face Secrets, and they have like a pointy side and then they have this flat side. I absolutely love it, especially when you're making face mistakes. Ooh, that mascara is very, get it together. It's a very wet formula. So this is the Covergirl Clump Crusher, and I usually use this for my bottom lashes. It's got a very, it's like a stiff brush, and it separates lashes very nicely. But I do like the Flower Beauty for my top lashes. So I'm going to do the other side and we'll be right back. Okay, so now we're not going to do any highlighting. We're just going to go, we're not going to do any bronzing. We're going to go into blush. I'm using the Wander Beauty, and I'm going to be using the Tuscan Sunrise. And so I'm just getting my Target blush brush, and it's a nice soft color. So you don't want to go definitely dark, right? Because it's so easy to go overboard on blush. And if you don't wear blush, you don't have to, you know. This is just if you would like to add a little bit of sunshine to your face. It definitely would wear a little bit if you'd like. All right, so we're almost done. We're going to do a lip liner because I love lip liner. And so what I would say about putting on lipstick or lip gloss, I wouldn't recommend lip gloss because lip gloss is usually shiny. Although pretty, I love lip gloss. I wear it all the time. But you don't want your lips to be like glossy, because doesn't that draw attention to people, makes them look big and pouty. But you want your lips to look very nice. So what I would do is I would not wear loud colors. I would wear a color that is like rose and nude, brownie, whatever your skin tone is. So something that you would wear every day that really doesn't draw a ton of attention. So I'm gonna wear the Ofra, what is it? It's in Mocha. So, but I'm gonna do the lip liner and then put on this. So I'm not going to overline my lips either. You know, lining your lips helps the lipstick stay in place, and you're welcome to use like a matte lipstick if you like. It's like a liquid lipstick. So that liquid lip was shiny and did not have any dry down, so that's a no-go. So we're going to use a Bite Beauty, and this is in Glazed. And this is nice because it's a stick lipstick. That looks nice. Okay, I'll be right back. All right, you guys, so this is the finished look. Normally I wear my hair down and straight a lot of the time, but I also wear it wanded. I definitely don't want to do like curls if my hair is not naturally curly. I made sure that I used product to keep my hair down, a little bit of hairspray, pulled it behind my ear, so it's kind of no fuss. But if you are a sleek back ponytail girl, you know, slick your hair back. If you have curly hair, make sure you use some nice products for your hair, and just do you, but wear a comfortable hairstyle. Don't try any new hairstyle, or it's just, you know, do something that's kind of low maintenance. As far as jewelry, keep it very simple. I even took off my Apple Watch and I just put on a regular watch that I have. No other rings other than my wedding ring. I have a very like just dainty necklace on, and some just a button earrings. You want to keep it just classy and clean looking, so when you go into the interview, they're listening to you, not looking at what you're wearing, or I'm sure they're gonna, if you're looking kind of weird, they're gonna notice what you're wearing. But that's what I'm saying, is like you go in wearing something, and then as far as your clothes, you know, make sure you know how to dress for your body type. Definitely black bottoms are fine, navy blue. No, I wouldn't wear any bright colors, because really you're not trying to draw attention to your body or anything. It's already uncomfortable. You're sitting there and you're being interviewed and asking about your history and what would you do and what are your best qualities, and then to be worried about, oh, you know, my clothes or my hair. You know, you're just ready, you're comfortable, you don't have any low-cut shirts on, you're feeling confident, and you're ready to get that job. So this is the end of the tutorial. If you have any other questions regarding interview makeup or regarding interviews, I've gone on plenty, so just leave those comments down below. Otherwise, I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.